Good afternoon, I am Adventure Argonaut. This is Discworld Noir. Last time I played, there was a bug that I couldn't get one, um, like a say one thing to an NPC to progress in the game, but I think I managed to find a fix for it or like a shortcut past it or something because I found some save files to the game online and gonna load one of them and then go to the inner sanctum where we're supposed to go. And yesterday I didn't stream. It wasn't really because of this bug or anything. It's just like I didn't have the opportunity, unfortunately. So let's try to rectify things and let's see if we can actually finish this game tonight or this evening. CD2 now inserting.
There were small stained glass windows in the inner sanctum depicting the story of how a valiant mortal, pure and gentle, was cruelly tricked, taunted, and tortured by the gods. Just for a laugh. There wasn't much I could do to the windows. With a paranoid like Malaclips at the door, this wasn't a good time to become a werewolf.
I guess that makes sense.
There was certainly a lot of space under the lectern.
Hannibal lectern. Oh. Oh no, is this the police academy gag with the lectern?
The temptation to sink something sharp into Mooncalf's feet was getting very hard to resist.
Let's use the perfume on him.
I sprayed Mooncalf's feet with Sapphire's Trawl perfume. That should make the little psychopath a little easier to follow.
Psychopath? That's a really modern word for a fantasy game like this. So we follow him automatically, I guess.
Sapphire's perfume cut through the stench of the river like a trawl wading through a dwarf street rally. The bright reek led into the shades, the oldest and most dangerous part of the
Finally,
city.
the shades.
As a wolf, I listened to what the so-called true believers were saying through one of the windows of the sanctuary.
Greetings, brethren. I call to order this extraordinary general meeting of the secret cabal of the true believers of Anu Anu.
You smell nice tonight, boss.
What?
What is that? KC2?
What are you blathering about, Foyd? Anyway, I see
Foyd?
you're present.
Like
Therma
femoid.
not present, boss.
Therma has to keep a low profile at the moment. Do not concern yourselves with her absence.
Why should Therma have such special status? I have important business of my own to be doing, and these interruptions aid no one.
Quiet, satrap. Mooncalf wouldn't have called us together if it wasn't important.
Indeed not. There is an investigator, a Mr. Luton, who's been asking worrying questions. I think he may know about Nylonathotep.
I do.
Nylonathotep?
I still say this is madness. There must be a better way to glorify our beloved Anu Anu without taking such risks.
You always were the spineless one, Coombe.
Silence, Kondo. As chairman, I will not permit such disputes when the meeting of true believers has just been called to order.
When can we have a dispute?
It can wait until we reach any other business.
Damn.
Shh. What is it? I heard something outside.
They say bravery is what tells the men from the boys. Well, I was a wolf, so I figured I could be brave and still run away.
Run away! Alright, New location and some new info. Shady. Slim Shady. And let's check our notebook because it's possible there are some, other things.
Carlotta claimed she worshipped the goddess Errata.
Ah. So like how did we didn't get that. Ah. Like, Carlotta worshipped Errata. We didn't get that, so is that what was missing that we had to? Like, how do we get that from Carlotta then? I'm checking the walkthrough because now I'm curious. Checking sewers. Carlotta is a werewolf, yeah, we know that. Murder, Cafe Unk. How well now we have there's been a discussion, I guess, with Carlotta. Bestial attack.
Carlotta claimed she worshipped the goddess. Carlotta.
Okay, let's go see Carlotta then. Like, let's see, try to.
Who would sell?
I'd like. Is she home?
I will go and announce you.
Alright.
You can't keep yourself.
I just. So, do you set up some poor. Tell me about this goddess Errata.
I already told you, I don't like to talk about religion.
She's not like Om then. He's the god of Omnia.
Is that the place with the Quisition? All the overzealous holy wars and torches?
It used to be. They had some kind of reformation, and now they're just overzealous about singing rousing hymns and distributing fundamentalist pamphlets in the street.
Well, that's a kind of torture all of its own.
You're telling me. I got cornered by one of them last week. How do you think I know so much about it? It was 3 hours before I could get them to leave. Thumb screws would have been quicker, at least.
Still wondering about like how did this player get that Errata clue? Okay. Go to the Cafe Ang to speak to Carlotta about Mandy's murder. Ask, did Carlotta kill Mandy? Then Carlotta says she has an alibi. She was a temple of small gods and useless. You will gain Errata clue. Yeah, so we should have gotten this clue. So it is some sort of bug. Yeah, because that happened forever ago, and we did get the clue to the temple of the old gods, small gods, rather. But yeah, we didn't have this. Did we? Did I somehow just never saw it or something? I don't know. Let's not get hung up on that one. But yeah, I don't think she ever told us about the Errata stuff.
I'd found the plaster-encrusted bandages on the floor of Rodin's workshop.
Okay.
Apart from the fact that they'd been soaked in plaster and left to dry, there didn't seem to be anything unusual about them.
Okay, well, we've gotten that apparently from there.
I'll be in touch.
I'll be.
Maybe I should have asked about something else still, because I'm still wondering like where are we in this game, what's going on. But yeah, it had to be some sort of bug, and this is also different. Like the order, I think there was like something between these two comments, so there's something different. I don't know why or. But we have all of these. Yeah, we know all the murders. like the details. Nylon
Mooncalf's
Ah,
cultists
yeah, I guess
had
we should go to
mentioned
the library.
Nyarlathotep, but at first I didn't know what it meant.
Who would...
Maybe
I'd like to
Death
use the
might know about
library
it
again.
as well.
Very well. I will show...
See, it's not just that I'm dumb or incompetent or something. We should have gotten the errata comment, right?
The Necrotelecomnicon was a book that legend spoke of, saying that any mortal man who read it would be driven insane. I learnt about it from a copy of Necrotelecomnicon discussed for students with practical experiments that I found in the library. In this tome, there is a description of the old dark gods of the Disc, including the terrible laddering holler, Nyarlathotep. Apparently, Nyarlathotep was once summoned by a series of 8 murders, forming a perfect octagram, focused at the center of the Circle Sea, thus releasing it from the sunken city of Leshp, where he was trapped, along with drunken Cthulhu Bapalulu. It's speculated about the whereabouts of Nyarlathotep now, but beyond him being safely imprisoned somewhere around the Circle Sea, it drew no conclusions.
Alright, we got a clue. Oh, we got 2 clues. Oh.
In the past, an octagram of murders had been involved in summoning Nyarlathotep. In the past, an octagram of murders...
Well, let's check it just in case. So, can we get like a map
I
of
looked up the octagram
Park?
of murders in the library, but I could only find the entry I'd already seen in Necrotelecomnicon discussed for student. The library...
Let's go talk to Death.
Who would...
Can I see the Count?
I am not...
Still here.
In a sense.
Neither the Count nor Death seemed likely people to discuss that particular matter with.
Okay, but the murders.
Neither the Count nor Death seemed... Have you heard of the goddess Errata?
Eh? A goddess? Yes. Yes, she was. I always liked your mother. That's why I married her, I suppose.
Is he...
Dead? No. You'll know when he dies.
How?
I will swing my scythe.
Do you have to do that?
No. But when I appear in person, I am required to separate the soul from its body.
Why?
It has symbolic value.
Do you know Errata?
The goddess of misunderstandings. Yes.
What's she like?
Chaotic and confusing. But she has a certain sense of justice, I think.
Justice?
All the gods are sentimentalists at heart. Of course, I never let that sort of thing get in my way.
So, Errata is... I don't know. I'm still very confused about this game. Like, still wondering, like, is there something I didn't do and that's why I didn't have Errata? Do we have anything else we want to ask? I don't think so. Let's ask about the bandages.
Do these bandages mean anything to you?
I cannot help you with that. Oh, you can be certain.
I wonder if Errata wants to prevent. Ah, it is. Wait, I already had one error. I don't know. Okay, that's good enough. Sanctuary. Ah, that's the place where we just went, like in the cutscene. Oh, okay. There's the map.
For some reason, the cultists had a map of Ankh-Morpork in the sanctuary. I couldn't easily take the map, but I could use it to work out some things.
How convenient it's all, you know,
The
vacant.
sanctuary was decorated with a strange and disturbing fresco. Closely examining the fresco, I could see that one of the symbols made a frequent appearance. The recurring symbol on the fresco was like a distorted star with an eye in the center. I wasn't sure what it was.
Younger
I
sign.
made a sketch of the symbol in my notebook.
Oh. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why this is one of my favorite adventure games. Like, it has three great things that I really like. It's a detective game with, you know, good film noir aesthetic, and you turn into a werewolf, which is a, you know, interesting mechanic, and then there's Cthulhu stuff.
I wanted to find out what the strange
A
symbol on the
Lovecraftian crap.
sanctuary meant. I wanted to find out what...
Alright, octagram of murders. Can we use it on the map?
If there was an octagram of murders taking place in the city, it might help to find out exactly where each murder took place.
Ah, no. Do I have to use the actual picture?
In the past, for some reason...
It's not as easy. Okay, now we have this.
If there was an octagram of murders taking place...
How do we then...
For some reason...
Do we have to get, like, paper, pen and paper or something? Well, we have the notebook.
I couldn't, but I could use...
Ah, maybe I have to mark the murders here. The map. Alright, this is how we do it. Just chilling, using the evil cult's hideout to mark down things on their map. They won't notice it, surely. Okay, now we have 3, so can we, like, interlace? Oh yeah, but we should also get malachites. Can we use counterweight killings on it? Oh, we can. Okay, maybe I should have just...
The murders were marking out a perfect octagram, just like the one that had been used to free Nylon Athatep from sunken Leshp centuries ago. If I was right, there would be 2 more murders. One in Dagon Street
Dagon.
and one in the Wizard's Pleasance.
This is the way
if
of
I
Dagon.
knew which one was next, I could stake it out. In the center of the octagram was the Disc Theater, which almost certainly meant some kind of cosmic evil was entombed there. I can't say I was enthusiastic at the thought of checking it out.
The disc. Alright. disc. I think that's all from here. Let's first go to the library and try to
I
check out the Elder Sign thingy, like if we can find something about it.
I found the obscure star-like symbol in the Necrotelecomnicon discussed for students. It called it the sign of the eel, or the Elver sign.
Sign of the
It was
eel?
apparently a protective ward against some of the older, darker gods of the Discworld. The tome also explained how to inscribe one, the order of tracing being very important. Not that I believed any of this mumbo-jumbo, but hey, you can't afford to be too careful, right?
Alright. Yep. Elver
The symbol
sign.
I'd found in the sanctuary was the ancient Elver sign, which apparently was a ward against the old dark gods of the Discworld.
Dagon Street? Okay.
The moon over Dagon Street lit the rundown alley. It didn't look like anyone was around. It was as abandoned as the Octarine parrot on open stage night.
Yeah, I should have turned into a wolf in the sanctuary.
The abandoned fish bar was boarded up tight. I couldn't pull the boards off with my hands.
Really makes me want to play more Lovecraft-inspired games. Ah, wait, do we have the... Yes, we have a crowbar. Oh, there's a sign. It is written.
One of the shops in the street was called the Three Jolly Luck Takeaway Fish Bar. I
What?
remembered that name from somewhere. Something to do with Mr. Hong. I remember he went missing somehow.
Is that a pun or
I wasn't
something?
about to take the sign.
Can we turn into a wolf?
I didn't like to transform in the streets. You never knew who was watching. The fish bar was littered with assorted debris. Amongst the debris, I found a bone that seemed a little out of place.
Bone Daddy. Oh, that's right.
I didn't want to take the bone. It was bad enough that I'd been carrying around some dead troll's tooth all this time. The bone seemed out of place somehow. I wasn't sure why.
Okay. Pots.
The fish bar was full of cooking pots. Only to be expected, I guess. I don't know what the last thing cooked here was, but it seemed to have been prepared recently.
Okay. Uh-huh. Yes, it's wolfing time.
There was a disturbing dark magenta scent in the fish bar, something that resonated with cosmic evil. It scared me. It scared me that anything could have such a disturbing scent. And it scared me that I could tell what color cosmic evil was.
Cosmic evil, the color of pleasant things. Okay, that's it. I don't think there's anything else. You know, the bone and stuff might be relevant later. Let's go back to the sanctuary to Wolf's eyes. Wolfualize ourselves.
The scent of the troll perfume blotted out everything else in the
How
sanctuary.
convenient. So we cannot make sure, like, some of the voices sounded familiar. Like one sound, I think might have been the security guard from Pier One, but I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's just the
I'd
same
identified the
actor
symbol.
or a similar voice or something. Fine. So where's the that's that. Wizard's Pleasance.
The
Yeah.
Wizard's Pleasance was a small, newt-haunted meadow in a horseshoe bend in the Ankh, inside the grounds of the Unseen University, separated from it but connected to the university gardens by the Bridge of Sighs. On summer evenings, if the wind is blowing towards the river, it is a nice area for a stroll.
Bushes.
The Pleasance was full of dense bushes. I could hide in the bushes, but for how long? I'd need to know that the next murder was definitely going to be here before I did that.
Come on, Luton. Stop fucking around. I feel like Carlotta.
The Pleasance was cut off from the city by a tall exterior wall. I couldn't easily scale the wall.
So that's it. Let's turn into a wolf. Come on, man.
On a good day, the Pleasance was apparently a nice place for a walk. Presumably today was not a good day.
So that's all there is. So since the other place has the cosmic horror stench, does that mean it's gonna be the next murder scene? Okay, we can just go like that. I guess let's go talk to Malaclips about some things.
I need your help. What do these bandages mean to you?
It looks like a jelly baby in Mummy's burial wrap.
And the plaster?
Perhaps he's been decorated.
Jelly baby.
Carlotta says she's a follower of Errata. Is that right?
Blah! I am the only true follower of Errata in the whole of Ankh-Morpork. Unless you have seen the light, Luton.
Seen the light?
Do you believe in the ways of Errata?
How could I not? Surely, Errata is the most worthy of all gods to follow.
Either you've just had a miraculous conversion or you're learning to lie. Good. A useful skill in followers of Errata.
Okay, now we could go to the inner sanctum.
Heard of Nylon Athatep?
Do not say that name so loudly.
Why not?
There are some names you simply do not wish to speak without taking proper precautions. No, don't say that word to me ever again.
Does an octagram of murders mean anything to you?
It means death and torment to everyone around it.
That's encouraging. Does this symbol mean anything to you?
Yes. But I had best not discuss it with you.
Why not?
I don't want anyone who's listening in to know I know what it is.
That doesn't help me much.
I can't tell you everything, Luton.
Okay, is there anything else we have to ask? Yeah, this is also a different order for these names and stuff. It's interesting. Maybe it's like the player did them in different order and stuff. And so they appeared in a different order.
I'll have the...
Let's go talk to Mooncalf. Or wait, is he not here? He's not here. Alright. Calf. Let's see, where should we go? Where should we go? Oh yeah, the Disc Theater, of course, we haven't been there yet.
Everyone on the disc knows the legend of Eleanor of Tzot. Or at least everyone knows a legend of Eleanor of Tzot. Or Krinix. Or El Harib. Ask most people and they'll tell you that she was the cause of the Tzotian
this is like the
Wars. Of course,
start of the
ask
game.
most people and they'll tell you the patrician is a kind and benevolent man. Never trust what most people tell you. The real cause of the Tzotian Wars was a little-known goddess called Errata.
There was a flyer left behind on one of the seats. I'd picked up the theater flyer from the Disc Theater. It told me about the plays in the Disc's current season.
Is that King in Yellow?
The 8 plays in sequence were The Happy Prince of Copperhaven, Antilogy and Cleopatra, Kensington, The King of Ankh, The Leering,
Leering.
The Tyrant, Truculus and Cressylic, and Titus Diplodocus. The flyer didn't tell me anything about them, though.
So I wonder if they correspond with the murders.
The stage, where performers go up in front of a drunken crowd and sell their dignity to earn enough money to barely live on. It made me think that all the discs are stage and all the people players. Unfortunately, I felt like I'd been cast as an extra in my own life.
Yeah, I think he said that on the in the Octarine Parrot as well. Privateer.
The pompous windbag on the stage was Privitier. He went beyond being a ham. He had 2 eggs, fried mushrooms, and a gigantic rasher of bacon.
It's a rasher.
That's pretty good. You've been acting long?
One is either born an actor, or one is never an actor.
Yeah, I can just see you paddling about the womb with a script in hand.
Do you doubt my credentials as the disc's premier performer of dramatic scenes?
As far as I'm concerned, one actor is as good as another. You come on, you speak your lines, and then you get killed. How hard can it be?
Here I stand, your slave, a poor, infirm, weak, and despised old man. Do you slight me such?
What?
You are not abreast of Hwell's fair pen, then, stranger.
The name's Luton. And no, I don't know Hwell's work at all.
My name is Privitier, and my realm is that of tragedy and comedy. The finest arts are my purview.
Yeah, if you say so. So you're an actor?
It is my calling to tread the boards, and for this I am called an actor.
Translation, yes. Why do you talk like that?
When one is blessed with silk, one does not wear cotton.
What's that supposed to mean?
You are not familiar with the ways of the theater.
Sounds like
you, my boy?
Ring of
No,
Power
I
dialogue.
always thought it was about getting killed in a different way every night.
Well, that's part of it. But it's also about the lines, the pomp and the circumstance. Men in skirts. Yes, yes. The play's the thing.
To catch the cash flow of the dim.
You disapprove? A man must his living make.
If he could make it with decent grammar, I wouldn't mind.
You should come and see the spectacle. Perhaps then you would cast less scorn upon our merry ways.
You want me to go to see a play?
Come to hear the wooden dialogue.
That's not much of a quote.
It was the best I could do at short notice.
What's playing at the moment?
Truculus and Cressylic. The tale of the frailty of woman and the stupidity of a man in love.
With a lot of bloody deaths thrown in for good measure.
But of course,
Tell me about the plays.
would that I had the time to sing the praises of all Hwell's masterworks. But time is short and life is fleeting.
Just tell me about the plays.
Our current season is a groundbreaking interpretation of Hwell's most famous works, pushing back the boundaries of art and style.
Groundbreaking?
'Tis a term we of the noble calling use to describe the way each generation improves and expands upon the themes laid bare in the soul by inspiration.
In other words, your murder scenes look more and more realistic every year.
That's important.
Triumph of effects.
Unfortunately, the triumph of effects over plot.
The plots are as entrancing as the day they were first written.
In other words, you haven't had any new ideas in decades.
If the way is true, why Earth?
What can you tell me about this flyer?
The proud harbinger of our festivities, the page that trumpets the act that illuminates the soul.
That inhabits the body that slept on the seats that sat in the theater that shoddy carpenters made.
Do you mock me, my boy?
Oh, you're way ahead of me on that one. Do these bandages mean anything to you?
I can't help you with that.
I'd keep the...
Okay, fine.
I didn't want... They'd think... What would you say if I told you I suspected people are being murdered to summon a terrible entity to destroy the city?
I would say, doomsday is near, die all, die merrily.
That's from one of these silly plays, isn't it?
The King of Ankh, Act 4, Scene 1.
I was serious, you know. The disc might be the focal point for infernal forces that could destroy the city. I'd enjoy talking to you a lot more if you'd just stop quoting those damn plays. Do you realize how pathetic this makes you look?
What? Must I hold a candle to my shames?
You know, I think I'll be glad if this place does get destroyed by horrors from beyond time and space.
It'd be great publicity. Should I tell them how to spell my name?
What would you say if I told... You know...
Wait, that...
What would you...
Okay, that's the same thing. Alright.
Have you heard of errata?
But, of course, the architect of the Tsotian Wars, the origin of our little play tonight.
How come?
Being the goddess of misunderstandings, Errata's popularity is lacking. And she feels slighted by not being invited to a certain wedding. So she plans a devious vengeance, which in turn causes the Tsotian War.
And is it based on a true story?
Everything is a truth of a sort.
Is that a yes or a no?
I am not one to judge such things.
Okay. Golden sword.
Tell me what you know about golden swords.
Alas, I know of but one such blade, the falchion from Troculus and Chrysalic.
The falchion was a slightly curved sword, cast in gold.
Well, the real one would be if it existed. Our prop is an old table leg whittled to a point.
Interesting.
About the prop? We have many other props, you know.
I meant what you said about the sword was interesting. I think it was the blade that killed me the other week.
You look surprisingly well for a cadaver, my boy.
Well, they don't make murders like they used to.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah, even murders have inflation nowadays.
Does dead men's pointy boots mean anything to you?
I can't help you with...
Is there a gold-plated jewel in any of the plays?
Not that I'm aware of, dear boy, but Clef Patare is described as the jewel of the jelly, if that's any help.
What happens to her?
She gets bitten by an ass. It's
In the
very
ass.
moving.
Yeah, I bet it gets the audience moving for the exits. There was a murder at Unseen University. Do you know anything about that?
Alas, no. But all that must live must die, passing through nature to eternity.
Remind me not to invite you to my next party. Did you hear about the murder of the patrician's clerk?
Ah, the patrician. Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown.
I don't think he ever wears one, but I'll take that as a no. Have you heard about any merchants being murdered recently?
But of course, One was slain in this very theatre only days ago.
Really?
At the climax of Kensington, the merchant is strangled by his very wife. It was
Oh,
very dramatic.
strangled.
The murder was in the play?
I would not take such pleasure in a real murder, my boy.
To mourn a mischief that is past and gone is the next way to draw new mischief on.
Couldn't you just say bad things cause other bad things?
One must embrace the beauty of language.
Well, ease up on the hug, Privitier. I think the language needs to breathe a little. Have you heard of the counterweight killings?
A terrible state of affairs, a tragedy.
But do you know anything about it?
I know it's been very good for the gate receipts.
Has anything unusual happened around here recently?
Who am I to say what is usual and what is an aberrance of nature?
Believe me, if I had someone else to ask, I would.
The closest to an unusual occurrence was when Lucius, miserable souse that he is, missed the role in Titus Diplodocus.
Missed his role?
He was supposed to be playing Canapé, but he didn't turn up. I don't know where he is.
Where he is? He still hasn't turned up.
Probably afraid we're going to eat him alive when he finally drags his sorry carcass back here.
Okay.
Seen any strange beasts around here?
Not since the transmogrification scene in Dream of Somewhere Near the End of Spring last year.
That's not very helpful.
So I wonder if there are clues to each play.
Do you know a troll by the name of Jasper Horst?
My dear boy, I can assure you that I do not know them.
Have you heard of errata?
Oh, of course we asked that.
I couldn't exactly...
Oh, yeah.
Do you know anything about the dwarf who rode his carriage off...
Indeed, I do not. I trust he was not a friend of yours.
No, I didn't know him. His name was Reagan.
Reagan? I did not know him. Although I thank you for the news all the same.
You thank me for the news?
Though it be honest, it is never good to bring bad news.
Did the other children beat you up when you were little?
No, maybe they didn't. That's the problem.
There was a murder up in the rooftops recently. A troll named Malachite was stabbed to death. Did you hear about that?
I know naught of stabbings, save the foul betrayal in The Tyrant.
The Tyrant? A play?
We performed it but recently. The grandeur of the stage.
Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
The Dogs of War?
In the play, the tyrant leads an army of dogs into battle, but they kept slipping all over the place because of the general muddiness.
Does he win?
Well, in the end, he's betrayed by his closest ally and stabbed to death by the people of Ephebi.
Doesn't sound like much of a victory.
No, but it's a glorious death. Et tu, Cletus. Pure poetry.
Damn, I want that version of Julius Caesar with Cletus instead of Brutus.
A man named Mundy was killed recently.
Slain amidst the bright flags of peace, eh?
Well, hung upside down in his room with his eyes plucked out, actually.
Indeed. It reminds me of Will's epic, The Leering King. Ah, such sweet sorrows.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that the gods exploit our weaknesses to show us our faults.
More like the gods exploit our weaknesses because it's a bit of a laugh.
There may be truth in what you speak.
Reagan's murder, we asked already.
What do you know about a dwarf named Alkali?
My dear boy, I can assure you that I do not know them.
What do...
My dear...
Do you know a woman named Ilsa? Or...
My dear boy,
I gave Carlotta's description to Privitier and asked him if she'd been around the theater.
Indeed, I have seen that young flower amongst the audience. She comes often and stays unto the end. I oft find myself musing as to what it is that draws her back.
You wonder why she bothers to come back? So, you're admitting that the plays aren't very good.
As good as they are, this young lady has been back to see the same play many times. And she is not alone. There are several such regulars. But perhaps these fine souls sense that the magic of each of the plays is timeless.
I suspect there's more to it than that. Can you describe any of the others?
Alas, only the lady's visage is burnt across my eyes like the dawn's first light.
I guess that's all of it then.
Well,
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
whatever.
Think just like supposed. Right. For turning back into a human. We are a human. Okay, now.
I quickly transformed into a wolf and had a sniff around. There was an eerie, dark magenta scent in the theater. But what caught my attention was the magenta scent that seemed to disappear into the stage. My murderer had been here. Where the scent had disappeared, there were some marks. I couldn't quite make them out, but they seemed to be a definite shape of some kind. I ran my finger around the marks casually. There was something about them that made you want to trace things on them, like a smiley face or a tic-tac-toe board. Well, something like that. Maybe something a little more sinister.
Elver sign. Let's go to the library first.
Who would say?
I'd like to...
Very well.
Plays rather. Let's have a look.
I looked up Hwell in the library and found his complete works. In there was a discussion of the 8 great tragedies, Hwell's bloodiest works. From the About the Author paragraph, I learned that Hwell was a dwarf who was banished from his tribe not only because of his claustrophobia, but because of his tendency to daydream. Both undesirable, to say the least, if you work in a mine. 102, and in the prime of his life for a dwarf, Hwell now worked for Vittler's Plays at the Disc Theatre as one of the premier playwrights of the day.
Oh, he's still
the
alive.
8 great tragedies were given in great detail. 8 plays, each with a collection of murders, usually with one more particularly gruesome or grotesque than the others, presumably for use in publicity trailers. The publicity trailers helped draw people into the theater by being towed around town to display posters. There was something suspiciously familiar about some of those murders. I'd learnt about the 8 great tragedies, a series of plays written by the dwarfish playwright Hwell, each featuring at least one outlandish murder. Something about the 8 great tragedies reminded me of recent events in Ankh-Morpork.
So we can't get any more pizza, and that's unfortunate, I guess. We turn into a werewolf.
Although I appeared to be alone, I found it hard to believe I wasn't. I wouldn't trust me.
Tragedies. Oh, now it says game saved. So let's go back to the theater. I'll go get some tea and be right back. Think like I'd like to be able to find out like which, because the current place, the British and British or whatever, so like what kind of a murder will it have? Let's see, can we use the sign of the eel here?
I traced the sign of the eel across the marks, exactly as I'd learned how to do in the Libraris Apocrypha. There was a faint click, and the next thing I knew, there was a passageway under the stage.
Ooh, goes way down. Well, that's green.
The passageway led into a dark and ominous vault. The whole sepulchral temple seemed to be formed from curves and angles that would give geometry teachers nightmares.
How non-Euclidean, but I think it, this is Discworld, so maybe that's more normal here.
The centerpiece to this disturbing chamber was a stone altar, engraved with a map of the Circle Sea. It looked centuries old, the kind of altar that could tell a few tales if it could talk. I was glad it couldn't. The map of the Circle Sea seemed to be the only interesting feature of the altar.
Are we supposed to use the pentagram or octagram rather?
Using the map, I worked out where each of the 8 great tragedies had taken place. They made an octagram around the edge, just like the counterweight killings did in Ankh-Morpork. I could match each of the tragedies to one of the
I don't
murders,
understand
and the
how this
positions
helps with it.
corresponded precisely.
Whatever.
I knew that someone was going to get dragged to death from the Wizard's Pleasance, and that some unlucky fellow was going to get eaten in Dagon Street. I had a feeling I knew what had bothered me about the bone in the fish bar now. It was a human female. That meant there was only one murder to go, and that it would take place at the Wizard's Pleasance.
Alright. So we know now. Can we turn into a wolf?
It seemed like a good plan at the time. I'd transform into a wolf and see what my senses told me. But when the dark magenta scent engulfed me, I was struck with a wave of sheer terror, and I ran howling from the temple. It was embarrassing having to sneak back down again naked to collect my clothes, and I decided not to try that again in a hurry.
So, okay. But I sort of remember that happens. I want me to try. So that's how it works, that he actually drops all his clothes. They don't transform with him or anything. Alright. We don't have to go through the whole staircase. I guess it's time to go to research lessons then.
Al-Khali was still following me.
Yeah, Al-Khali.
Al-Khali.
Are we supposed to do something about him? Can we now hide in the bushes? Yes, we can.
I didn't know how long I'd have to wait until something happened, but it turned out to be less than I thought. I'd suspected I'd been being followed, and I wasn't surprised to find that Al-Khali was skulking around behind me. Gods alone knows how he got into the university, but if I could do it, I guess anyone could.
Oops. So it is a werewolf, right? It's not some other kind of monster.
It was over in seconds. I was about to follow the killer's trail when I saw a familiar face.
Oh.
Why did you carry on with the case, Luton?
Too many people told me to stop.
I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. I like you, Luton. It didn't have to be this way.
So you're behind this, are you?
I'm just a servant. My master, Anu, is behind this.
That beast is Mooncalf's god?
Mooncalf didn't start this cult. I did. When the last human worshippers of Anu Anu had passed on, leaving only an empty temple in their wake, the cult lived on among the lycanthropes. My late husband got me involved, and I came back to Ankh-Morpork to arrange everything.
Came back?
I thought you'd realize, Luton. I'm Therma.
It figures. You killed Malachite, didn't you?
I didn't kill any of them. My master did that. We just arranged everything for him. He's stronger when we gather together and pray.
You were in the Temple of Small Gods each time there was a murder.
It was a perfect alibi.
Why was Malachite looking for you?
I'm his sister.
His sister? Hands up who can spot the big problem here.
I was adopted by Mr. and Mrs. Karst. They named me Therma. And Malachite and I grew up together.
What happened?
It's a tough life when you're a poor troll. And tougher still when you weren't born a troll. I used to sit at the table eating bread, while the rest of the family was chewing cold sandwiches. That kind of thing leaves its mark on a girl.
My heart bleeds for you.
Malachite and I broke into the von Uberwald mansion and made off with some of the Count's valuables, including that pendant you've been carrying around.
And that jeweled box in the carriage that presumably held the asp that poisoned Reagan.
That's right.
How did you and Malachite get separated?
He got caught, but he didn't tell the watch about me. I thought I'd seen the last of him. I sold most of what I got, and I was living off it comfortably. But I'd seen that painting in the hallway, and it got me thinking.
The painting that looks like you?
Exactly. I reinvented myself as a debutante, and I seduced Ulrich and married into high society. I went back to Uberwald with him, changed my name to Carlotta, and my life as a troll was forgotten. Therma was dead. Long live Carlotta von Uberwald.
Did you know Ulrich was a werewolf?
Not until the honeymoon. That was a surprise, I can tell you. Not entirely an unpleasant one, I have to say.
How did you get involved in this cult business?
Before he died, Ulrich inducted me into the worship of Anu Anu, and it became my mission to engineer his return to power. I recruited followers and we prayed to him, gradually awakening his consciousness. He'd been stuck in the form of a small dog on the streets of Al-Khali for decades, not even remembering who he was. As our numbers grew, Anu Anu's power grew, and eventually he was able to slip aboard a ship and steal his way here to Ankh-Morpork.
The Milka.
That's right. The Milka also stopped off at Sort, where it picked up Mundi.
What's the
He was supposed to be bringing us the
connection
Sortese
between
falchion, having
Anu
stolen
Anu
it from a
and
dig at
Nylan
Sota.
Athatep?
The
Are they
archaeologists
the
didn't
same
even know it was
entity,
there.
or?
Unfortunately, what we hadn't counted on was that Mundi was a man with few scruples and even less brains to go with it. Either he approached Horst, or Horst approached him. One way or another, he arranged to sell the sword to that devious troll.
Only he didn't have the sword, did he? He'd concealed it in one of the crates in the cargo hold.
We didn't know that. We just knew that Mundi had gone to ground. That's why I hired you to find him.
And when I did, your cult killed him. Only you'd expected the sword to be with him. And by the time he was dead, it was too late to ask him where he'd put it.
We couldn't believe our luck when you found the sword for us after Mundi's death. I'm sorry that my master had to stab you to get it.
Did you know I was going to get killed? Was that why you made me into a werewolf?
I suspected that things would get a little rough for you, and I believed you were too valuable an asset to waste.
I'm flattered. And the counterweight killings were your cult attempting to summon Nylanathatep by mimicking the way he was summoned before. I don't get it.
With the falchion, my master can defeat the laddering horror again, and he will grow in power, ascending to the ranks of the most powerful gods, where he belongs.
That
That's
makes
all
sense.
very well,
In a
but
crazy
a lot of
cultist
people
kind of way.
died for that dream. You can't just go around killing people whenever the notion strikes you. It's not polite.
What are the lives of a few people against the prize?
Reagan knew, didn't he? Or at least suspected.
I don't know what he actually knew, but he suspected a lot. He'd been blackmailing me for weeks.
The envelope in his locker. He said he had evidence, didn't he?
I didn't know it was empty. He said he had proof, and he knew enough that I couldn't take any chances. He had to go.
Why are you telling me all this?
It's customary for the villain to explain his evil schemes when the hero is captured.
I'm no hero, and you're no villain either. We're just people.
You know it's not too late, Luton. Join us.
Join your cult. What happens if I refuse?
There's no point in refusing. It's already too late to stop the summoning of Nylonathotep. Al-Khali
my
was
son
the
is
eighth
waking
murder.
up.
Even now, the other cultists are gathering at the focal point for the invocation.
That would be
Alright,
the
I'll be
temple
right
under
back.
the Disc Theater, I take it.
You're good. I'll give you that. Let's go, or we'll miss the pre-summoning.
What if I try to stop you?
Like I said, it's already too late for that. Join us, Luton. You know it's the only choice.
I could kill you and make a run for it.
You wouldn't hurt me, would you, Luton? After all we've been through.
You arranged the murder of your own brother, and you'd have me killed too if I got in the way.
So what? In this world, you get one chance at happiness.
You may be right.
My son is here with me.
I'll
He's
go
a
along
bit-
with this for now, but I'm not making any promises for the future.
That's
Looked like the whole crowd was there. As well as Carlotta, I recognized Mooncalf and Warb, the wizard from Saturnalia. 8 of them in all. 1 for each person on the list. But my attention was drawn to the hulking mass of Anu Anu, and the golden sword that he was wielding like it was a toothpick.
It begins.
Take your places, people. Everyone remember your lines.
Nylonathotep, who summoned thee? In accordance with the ancient pacts, we have made 8 sacrifices in the manner prescribed. Come to us.
I was filled with an overwhelming sensation of dread. I guess summoning rituals have that effect on me.
It is here. Now I command you, by the power of the Fashion, to bend to my will. Bend to my will, I command thee. I hold the Fashion. You will obey me.
I got the impression that that wasn't supposed to happen. The next thing I knew, the temple was coming apart at the seams, and rocks were falling everywhere. I don't know what was wrong, but it seemed as if Anu Anu couldn't control the unspeakable force of cosmic horror that he had unleashed, and now it was loose in the city, as if my day wasn't bad enough already. After the rubble had settled, I pulled myself out from under it and had a look around. The temple seemed different somehow, and not just because the roof had caved in. Anu Anu was lying in a crumpled heap on the other side of the chamber, and Carlotta was tending to his wounds. The rest of the cult had made their getaway. Everyone but Warb, whose luck had taken a permanent turn for the worse.
Right. Let's see. Let's see how my son is reacting. He is reacting like this. Okay, I guess I have to. I can't finish the game yet. Let's see if tonight I'll find time to finish it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.